back, everybody. Well, many products claim to make you look younger, and our next guest is here to tell us what ingredients to look for and what they mean for your skin. Please welcome our own beauty geek, Janine Falcon. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for
Great to have you here.
Exciting.
All right, so you've got 5 of the key ingredients for different products that you should have for your skin, and we're going to go through each one of them because they're very technical sometimes. Just the
names. They certainly can be.
Yeah. So I'm going to name them out, and you're going to tell me all about them. Okay. So the first one, the ingredient, if you're looking for a product, look for something that has retinol in it.
Retinol.
So what is that, and what does it do?
Retinol is a form of vitamin A, and you may have heard of Retin A. That's the stuff you can get from your dermatologist to write your prescription for that because it's pretty strong. Retinol is the version that you find in a lot of skincare. It's kind of a kinder, gentler version.
Okay.
Now, retinol is really great for deep wrinkles. What it does is it goes deep enough in the skin to affect those. It stimulates the production of collagen and elastin, things that we sort of stop making quite so efficiently as we get older.
Okay, heaven forbid. What happened to my collagen?
Exactly. When I see 20-year-olds, I'm like, look at those collagen-rich kids.
There's a
really
walking
unfair.
piece of collagen right there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what it does. It kickstarts the production of collagen and collagen and elastin, and it also, because it goes deeply enough, it helps to strengthen the connective tissues between cells, which makes skin stronger, which gives it more resiliency, so that when you kind of do this, you get a nice little bounce back. It sort of kind of firms the skin a bit.
Okay, now how long does it take before you would start to see results in this product?
For any skincare, you're going to need about 28 days before you really see a proper change, because it takes that long for the skin to turn over itself cells naturally. You may see surface changes, that your skin is going to look more hydrated and sort of smoother because it's more hydrated, and younger because it's more hydrated.
Right.
But the true changes you won't really notice until about a month in, then you'll notice more about another month in. So about 3 to 6 months, you'll really see a change.
Okay, that's when it starts to bounce back. I like that feeling of bouncy. All right, let's go to the next one here. We got glycolic acid. Okay, so that's in these products right in here. It's right over there. Yep. That's what I said. Right over there.
Right over here.
Okay.
Glycolic acid is more about smoothing the skin. It is also comes from a natural source. It comes from things like sugar cane. But glycolic acid is about smoothing.
Okay.
Now, what's really interesting about glycolic acid is that it targets the bonds between dead skin cells. It's basically the cleanup crew. You've got lazy dead cells lying around on your skin, preventing your skin from getting the moisture it needs when you put your moisturizer on. It says, dude, get the hell out.
Oh, right on. And that's what I wanted to say, too. Right.
Exactly.
And then it opens up your skin, and your skin is going to drink in the moisture that it needs.
It smooths your skin out, and little rough patches, dry patches, it helps get rid of those, which allows your skin to absorb moisturizer far better. It also, if you've got a little bit of surface discoloration, it'll help get rid of that. You'll start to see, if you use it for a while, you start to see lessening of, little sunspots, but just really basic.
Just fake.
Just basic, because it doesn't go that deep.
Now, the fact that it says acid kind of startels me a little bit. Like, I'm like, wow, that's got acid in it. Is that going to feel, am I going to feel that? Am I going to get a reaction to that?
You shouldn't. And this is one of the things I was going to bring up later. You're so speeding ahead because you're so smart.
Oh, see, I knew that. I'm so smart. Whoa. We just met, didn't we? She doesn't know me very well. She's so smart.
Well, the thing about a lot of these ingredients, because there are 4 of the ingredients here have the word acid in their title.
Okay.
And they do what you think they would do. They do sort of damage the skin in a little itty-bitty way, but in a way that you shouldn't feel it, because the idea is to trick the skin or prompt the skin to go into new cell growth phase. So, like, babies, great skin because they're brand new. That's why they have so much of that stuff going on. So what it does is to help skin that's slowed down the process just sort of kick back up into production a little bit more.
It's damage control. Your skin goes into its own damage control to defend itself almost in a way.
Exactly.
Is that
right.
Okay.
Exactly right.
All right, so the next one is salicylic. Help me out with that one, honey.
Salicylic acid.
Salicylic acid.
Yes, which, we in the know, we call it sal acid.
Well, that's easier for me, isn't it? Now, sal acid, tell me about it.
Well, salicylic acid, now salicylic acid is a little bit different. I've included it here because salicylic acid is generally used in anti-acne skincare. Now, and salicylic acid is used in stuff that you get in like Clean and Clear for the teenagers, but it's also in brands that are for adults or for anybody, like Clinique also has a line that has salicylic acid. And the salicylic acid will help clear blemishes. And I'll go back to glycolic acid for a second too. Glycolic acid, because it also helps with exfoliation, will help that as well. But salicylic acid goes straight for the zits. Really what it is.
Okay,
yeah.
so
the thing is that salicylic acid,
yeah.
well, it's for anybody's skin who's dealing with acne. You're going to find salicylic acid in the mix.
Okay.
But salicylic acid is different from glycolic in that it doesn't care whether the cells are alive or dead.
Right.
So it's used in very small amounts, but what makes it good, the fact that it doesn't care whether it's alive or dead, is it'll go after bacteria.
Okay.
So it's antibacterial, which is what you want when you have acne issues, because acne feeds on bacteria.
Okay, we're running out of time, so I know we have 2 more left. Not to worry at all, and I want to talk about them because they're important. We've got the peptides. Peptides, okay.
When you've scratched yourself or something like that, skin sends out a peptide army to start the whole rebuilding process.
Wow,
so
I want something in my entire body, everything, I want to peptide it.
So
send in the army, baby, let's do it.
Exactly, so like retinol, what it does is it boosts the production of collagen, elastin, and again the connective tissue beneath the skin to make it stronger. And it also it tends to be better for more fragile skin, more sensitive skin.
All right, so let's go to hyaluronic. Oh my gosh, this is like say it for me, baby.
Tongue twister time. Hyaluronic acid.
Hyaluronic acid,
now, hyaluronic acid is different from these other acids in that it doesn't actually do anything to damage the skin. It is something that the skin already makes. One little hyaluronic acid molecule holds 1,000 times its weight in water.
Really? So this is what we're looking for, and that's what we want. The more water to maintain, retain in our skin.
Softer, more supple skin. So if you've got dry skin or you've got older skin that's starting to feel drier, that's hyaluronic acid. And it's in a lot of the mix too to counteract the drying effects that some of the anti-aging stuff can have.
Thank you so much. That is some great information. And guess what? I've got a treat for the audience. One lucky person in our audience is getting a gift certificate for a full makeover from Laura Mercier. That is beautiful. And everyone is taking home their foundation primer. Yes. You have to use this before you apply your foundation to give your skin an extra protection from the elements. Thank you so much for being here. Some great stuff. All right, everybody. Ask Stephen and Chris is coming up next, so don't go away.